Everyone, good evening. It's just Damian here. I just wanted to make a serious video tonight um, about the support that I've got at the moment and what's happening. And I'm just trying to get out what I actually want rather than what's actually happening. Just so that everyone is under the same impression. I don't want to seem hypocritical on this, and I don't want everyone to uh be angry or be ashamed. Really, uh, basically, I have autism, Asperger's syndrome, and confusion around my gender and sexuality. I was open to a community mental health team last year. I'm not saying where it was based because I don't want to get into trouble. But basically, what had happened was I'd seen a member of staff on social media. I had seen a member of staff on social media, and let let the mental health team know. I got advised by someone else within the trust to let the mental health team know that what I'd found and that kind of thing. And after that, I'd sent evidence of me deleting evidence and me deleting evidence. After that, they branded me a danger to women after that. And they branded me a danger to women after that. And I do get intrusive thoughts and that when I'm upset and that as well. So there'd been times previous to that where it wasn't working, where you get the safety plans rewritten, you get this rewritten, you get that rewritten, and they go by it's guidelines only, it's recommendations only. I was in the car park once of that facility wanting to self-harm, wanting someone to talk to. This was a few 2 or 3 weeks before I, maybe slightly longer, before I'd actually been branded a danger to women or whatever. And I was in the car park wanting to self harm, and the the I'd rang the mental health team, the nurse on the phone. I don't feel safe meeting with you. I don't feel safe meeting with you. Um, ring back. Hi, it's Damian. Are you still in the car park? Just to let you know, we've called the police. So my safety plan was changed at the beginning of the year, that year, to say that I do say things and it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed on the record, and it needs to be changed on the record where we'll give you extra time for processing for us and you. But then it's like we don't need to follow the rules. We don't need to follow these guidelines and recommendations. And there's been other times in the past since where the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing, and every time it's it's you get to advise. You shouldn't be doing things this way. You shouldn't be doing things that way. So I do get intrusive thoughts and that as well. And when I started asking for help around my intrusive thoughts and feelings, the mental health team had basically made it a police matter. I'd told the police that they were in severe fear of their lives. There were this, and this. There was some times where I got told by the police that it's a mental health matter. You're asking for help around your intrusive thoughts and feelings. Trying to explain this to the mental health team, and they are saying that a threat's a threat and hung up on me. And the they even put restrictions on me at physical hospitals where staff couldn't see me without security being present. I tried regularly, early hours of the morning, sending emails trying to come up with solutions for this, trying to come up with solutions for that. And I told I was being demanding, critical of the care. I got told that I got told that I wasn't taking responsibility. My mum got that the mental health team didn't know what they were going to do with me. The mental health team were getting abrupt, like they weren't happy that I went over to apologise for things being misinterpreted and that. And they got a bit abrupt. You'll find out in a couple of weeks what I'm planning on doing with you and other stuff like that. The matron had said on more than one occasion that he didn't mind if I overdosed. He even told paramedics on the phone, and he'd even told paramedics on the phone where she was crying that that I overdose regular. He knows how much how much I feel against him and that kind of thing. But at the time, they wouldn't even allow females to speak to other to speak to other people on my behalf. They wouldn't even allow female members of staff to speak to other professionals on my behalf. And I don't want to go down that route again. Basically, last year I was overdosing that regular because I was getting arrested for asking for help with the mental health. Told that I'm actively breaking the law, and I got told that I was actively breaking the law, and I was actively breaking the law because it upsets people talking about mental health. Some people were saying, some people some people were saying that saying you've got thoughts and feelings is it's not a threat or it's asking for help. But then in other situations and that you get told it is. I had a familiar face. I had a CTR redone last year, and I felt like the mental health weren't taking it seriously. I remember walking out the room because there was going to be a couple of topics and that were going to be upsetting. I remember one member of staff saying to another member of staff that the guidelines only, the recommendations only, and it's like, who do I trust with the plans? Who do I trust with the plans? It just makes it even harder to follow and even more confusing because I'm trying to give this 110% effort and that kind of thing. Uh, when there was another meeting arranged for the mental health team face to face after the CTR, the mental health ended up getting arrested for that meeting because I was getting really bad anxiety attacks because of the anxiety of what things have been said by previous staff, and some of the intrusive thoughts had built up. Even though that I'd said anxiety, no intent, I ended up getting arrested a few months later or a few weeks later. And generally, I had people refusing to see me from the mental health team that I was on. A lot of contradictory things were happening. Like, I've been trying to get my driving license back for. I've been trying to get certain things back, driving license and other stuff, for a good couple of years now, over 2 years, because people don't understand the autism, don't understand the mental health. The doctors at the mental health team had double booked appointments, and they had double booked appointments. They told the DVLA or whoever that I'd refuse the appointment, rather than putting the hands up and saying we double booked the appointment. The CTR meeting to go over the CTR was more important because this was a multi-agency meeting or whatever with more than one professional involved. Um, and yeah, I don't really want to go down the all that all that route again. I have been trying to get things back on track with with another community mental health team, but I feel like I'm getting forced into a situation that I don't want to be in, and it's petrifying me. I feel like I'm trying to do it for other people rather than myself, and rather than what I really want. I'm getting a bit upset, sorry. Rather than what I really want. Um, my mum's got a lot of concerns as well, and they won't speak to her unless I agree to start working with them properly. And I kind of feel like that's taking the mickey. You won't. I kind of see that as someone saying you can't buy a car, you can't give a car a test drive unless you bought it first and paid for it. But yeah, I'm petrified. I've tried highlighting a couple of times uh, the situation that I'm under, why I've got why I've got these doubts, why I want to be discharged. They are pretty, they're not responding to it, and they're making meetings with other organisations and that without my consent at the moment. I have asked to be discharged since the 14th of November, and I just keep getting told we need to delay it, we need to delay it, you need more thinking time. But the more thinking time that I'm getting, I'm becoming ill with it. And I was in, I started getting chest pain and abdominal pain the, the Tuesday after I got off holiday because I was upset with what had been said about the mental health team and that kind of thing. Following week, I'd been to hospital twice within that week, and I ended up in hospital. I'd ended up getting the chest pain and the abdominal pain again, not Monday, just gone the Monday before, and I'd went to the doctors this time because I didn't want the NHS system thinking I was taking the P. I have been told by different people in the past when you're in the crisis team, you need to go to hospital for your physical symptoms and that. But when I was doing that before, another hospital said I was taking the P, and I don't want to go through that again. And I ended up uh, being given a tablet by the doctor just for some mebeverin or something, just to help with IBS or stomach problems. That helped a little bit, but later that night, I ended up getting chest pain and palpitations again, and the abdominal pain, and I was admitted to hospital for a week, and that was the illest that I'd ever been. Anxiety or whatever. I'd been told by the bloods and that it showed glandular fever or whatever, but at the time, people thought that I had cancer because my immune system was really low and my white blood cells were really low, so I had to get IV antibiotics on the drip, and I think I'd do admit that before before then, that I had two or three. I'd woke up 2 days in a row, no, 3 days in a row. Saturday before the Saturday, then the Sunday, then the Monday, dreaming about the mental health team, what it is they want, what it is they want to do, and what it is they actually want, what it is I want. And I think that part of that was part of the reason for me being so ill at the time was the stress levels and the anxiety that I was under of trying to get this sorted out, trying to do something that I don't want, trying to be congruent to myself but please other people at the same time. And I feel like I'm getting blackmailed into things. And whilst I was in hospital, I'd came up with another another couple of ideas, another idea, and that kind of thing on what I'd be happy with, what they'd be happy with, and it was thrown right back in my face, and it felt like I'd been punched in the face by a champion boxer. I um don't want to go down that route again. I don't want to be overdosing again or self harming because when I start implementing coping strategies to self harm, I addicted to it. I end up going from one hospital to another hospital to another hospital. There's been times where I ended up in Edinburgh, Hull, Manchester, from Darlington, travelling to different towns, different places on public transport just to go for an overdose, just to go to ingest something. I don't want to put myself through that anymore. I don't want to put my parents through that anymore. I don't want them worrying what's going to happen. And there's been times where they've thought I'd had a perfect bowel with it, and there's been one time where I'd stopped eating and that. I couldn't eat in that because I'd perforated my neck or my esophagus or whatever it's called. But I feel physically drained with it. I don't feel listened to. I keep getting the discharge put on hold. I don't want to be working with the mental health team again because I'm petrified. It not with the way that I was I was trying to get it sorted last year. It put a lot of stress on me. I'd put a lot of effort on. I put a lot of effort into it, into getting it sorted, and they didn't want to know. And people were telling me last year, you need to stop focusing on the mental health as much. You need to stop focusing on the mental health as much and start looking at other opportunities. As soon as I just find everything hypocritical because as soon as I don't want to look at the mental health team or ask to be discharged, people think that I need to start working with the mental health team again. But yeah, I know that I need support. I put my hands up to that, but I want to be able to work with people in other areas, other backgrounds. Another thing that really upset me and really ticked me off again was the fact that the mental health team had lied to the police again. I'd had a meeting with someone, a matron, not the matron that had issues with last year, another matron at a different hospital but with the same trust, to go over what I want with my care and that kind of thing. This was after my police arrest since September, and he'd it was discussed at the meeting that the new restrictions that the police had put on place was in contradictory with my plans, and in contradictory with this, in contradictory with that. However, he told the police that that I'm not told to contact anyone when I'm upset or distressed. So he lied to them again, and I felt like I don't know who to trust now. After that, that had really pushed me over the edge. That bit had really pushed me over the edge because I'd lost the trust with the mental health team even even more. Whilst I was in hospital last week, I did get a bit upset because I don't want to start getting used to hospital admissions again for physical symptoms when I don't want to be getting used to hospital admissions again for physical symptoms, or I don't want to be giving myself a physical condition just to be able to get support because I am struggling to get understood by the mental health or the community mental health team. It was told at the police station that again that I'm actively breaking the law, talking about mental health because it upsets people. So it's really upsetting because I don't trust the mental health system at all. I since they've been talking about putting me under a new team, another team, and that have been to A&E more because I get chronic pancreatitis and other things, and they'll be able to say that my admissions have been up just for A&E. So yeah, deep down I know that I want support. I would like the support done with my doctor's surgery if that's possible. Where everything is in house. Um, and I feel more understood at the moment. I don't feel safe working with a mental health team. I don't trust myself. I don't trust the situation. I don't want to be talking to them about something and next minute is to go back to the police, just disclose a dream. There's been times where I've had these flare ups because of a dream, because of certain situations, because of dreams triggered off my anxiety because of the nature of the dream, and people are like, you need to go to the police because of a dream. And then I was told by a doctor last year that I will act on intent, and he doesn't know why he telling me that it's normal to to get to to get intrusive thoughts when it's not. I don't want to put people down for the care, for their own care, their own path. I do know that I need some sort of structure to my day, some sort of support. However, my I know that I'm held a lot better and things are more controllable when I am not working with the mental health team. I do have the gender confusion in that as well. Um, I do want to work on other areas to see if I can keep the advocacy open for the mental health support. If I can get the mental health support through a different system, through a different avenue, but in the past, my needs have been too complex, too high risk, too specialist for people to understand, apart from the community mental health team. But it's not for me. It's going to make me ill. It It's already made me ill. It's already put me in hospital for a week. But I don't want to be going through that again. I don't want to be putting another member of staff in severe fear of their life again. I don't want to be trying to get ideas to try to discuss my anxiety, then passing it on to the person that I've got the anxiety over, and then they're sent to the place that it's they're in severe fear of their life. I don't want to be in a situation again where I get a new plan written, I get a new plan sorted, I get a new plan brought in. I'm trying to follow it to a T, and other people are just saying it's guidelines, recommendations only. If you know anyone that works within the mental health trust and the mental health services that have some ideas on what support might be better suited for me, um, I'd be open to listening and to working with what areas that you're working with. I um don't want to be going to a mental health facility see to see a mental health nurse because it it just makes me uncomfortable. It makes me think that I want to be admitted, that I need to be admitted, and I don't want to be down that route anymore. I don't want be overdosing anymore. I don't want to put myself under under the pressure anymore to please other people rather than pleasing myself. I don't. 9 times out of 10, when I get arrested, and is because people in the mental health facilities and the mental health services don't understand my communication style and get feel threatened by it because of the autism, and I don't want that anymore. I just need to lay low for a bit, which is something that I'm trying to do. I am trying to get things back on track. I've not had any involvement with the crisis team for. I have been looking at other ideas and that today, but generally, generally, and on heart, mental health, community mental health has ran its course. It's not for me, and I don't want to be putting myself in bad situations anymore. I don't want to be wanting to get my fix again off ingesting razor blades, ingesting screws, ingesting glass, ingesting used needles. I don't want to be getting the fix off paracetamol or anything, and I made a bit of a promise to myself earlier this year, whilst I was on holiday, that this was going to be the first year since pre-COVID that I wouldn't have any hospital admissions, and fell at the last hurdle, so I'm really disappointed in that. And yeah, if anyone wants to work with me or discuss things and that, but generally at the moment I don't feel listened to with the mental health team that I'm under. I don't feel it's for me. I don't want to be in the situation again where pe- people are worrying about me. I'm a lot more stable now. I go to the driving range when the weather's alright, and I just need a bit more structure and routine in my day. As I say, I've applied for a few voluntary opportunities and a few training opportunities, and yeah, as I say, it's petrifying me working with the mental health service again, and it's a bigger fear than what I had about the cross dressing and the adult piece in that last year. And I really don't want to be putting myself into a vulnerable position anymore. I just want to be given the opportunity to volunteer to be able to show what I can do rather than being told what to do and being manipulated like a puppet on a string. And yeah, yeah, there has been appointments made. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy that they threw my idea away about wanting to meet with them with my GP first and with Jackie, who knows me really well from mental health services. Um, but yeah, the only way that I'd really consider working with a mental health team again or with anyone from mental health, community mental health, or the crisis team would be through Jackie. Jackie understands me better than anyone. She understands me more than I understand myself, and yeah, yeah. But yeah, I just don't want to take it any further, otherwise I'm gonna get too upset. Thanks. Bye.